An Ontario court just ruled that Jordan Peterson has to go through remedial training, either getting new thoughts in his head because he has some tweets that offended some people. Howard Levitt is a famous lawyer, almost as famous as Jordan Peterson. He joins me right now because I want to put the point to you, without going into all of the legalities, it seems to me that this is saying free speech is really, really controlled by all kinds of laws in Ontario.
Yeah, free speech, well, it doesn't exist. There is no free speech. If you're a member of a regulated profession, a lawyer, like me, I'm a bencher of the Law Society. I have a separate bencher code of conduct, even more severe than the general code of conduct applying to me.
Why is there a code of conduct? I understand, but what you can say, the criminal code rules on what every individual can and cannot say in certain circumstances.
That's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. That's what this is about. They're saying bodies, regulatory bodies of different professions, can have separate codes of conduct that limit your free speech.
Worse than the criminal code.
Yes, of course, much more restrictive. That's what this case is about.
But why can they do that? He said some things like, I think this woman's ugly, and now the college is saying, you can't say those things. We need to have some thought correction with you, buddy.
Right. That's because that's what these code of conducts are doing. They have conduct unbecoming a psychologist, conduct unbecoming a lawyer. All of a sudden, what you do in your private life can get you disciplined. And what you do in your private life and what you can be disciplined for is a function of the eye of the beholder. So if the left-wing woke mob, as in this case, wants to attack Peterson, do it through his regulatory body. If they want to attack me, do it through my regulatory body. What I can do in my private life is fine, except for these codes of conduct.
So we have these administrative bodies. Most people don't belong. Well, I guess engineers. A lot of people have some. Dentists.
Yes.
Doctors.
And they can osteopaths. Almost everybody has one.
I guess that's true. So they can regulate what you say, because what he said, to my mind, is not offensive. He was not attacking, so it's not hate speech.
Well,
he was making his opinion.
If you're woke enough, you'll find it offensive, of course. That's why they complain. They couldn't complain in a lawsuit. They couldn't complain of libel. They couldn't complain of anything criminal. So they get him through his regulatory body, saying it's conduct unbecoming a psychologist.
So why are the courts beholden to those bodies? Well, the courts say, you know what, we do have free speech in Canada, and you guys are going way over the line.
Well, that's the right decision, but that wasn't the decision the court unanimously made. They simply looked at a narrow, I think it was partly the way his lawyers approached it. They said, did they have the right to do that? Well, under their particular code, they may have, but I would have looked at it differently. Legislatively, does the legislature really empower them to do this? I don't think they do. This is not what registering a psychologist is about. It's supposed to be—
5 seconds, Howard. What's to be done about this to save freedom of speech?
The legislature of Ontario has to enact prohibitions against restrictions on this kind of talk.
I hope they do it. Howard Levitt, thank you very much. Just a few seconds over, 3 minutes. Liberties and freedom of speech are under attack in Canada like never before. So let's keep this discussion on the air. PayPal, write a check, and please include your address so I can write a thank you letter to you. And ask your friends. Please subscribe. It's important to keep this on the air. And thank you.